Welcome back, gamers. We are ready to go. Map number 1, MIBR taking on Noxious. Joined here with Paladin, myself, Mustache Laz, and Paladin. Are you excited as I am?
Definitely. I'm here to MIBR wreak havoc to close out the regular season. It's fast up the side hall for Noxious, trying to overwhelm these dual Berettas of Henny.
And already now, Henny, he's going to go right back for the fight with his teammate. Oh my god, it's a slaughter. Alright, we get it. We get it, MIBR. You're sick, you're nasty. Yeah, they're just going to go quick. That was one of the fastest pistol rounds I think I've seen in a while.
Man, just the immediate pop flash into the double push down side hall, and they don't stop the aggression there. They go all the way down into Crane and completely overwhelm Noxious. I mean, one of the props of having the T-side start is setting the tempo. But Laz, that just felt like MIBR was setting the tempo themselves rather than the other way around. Just a fast start, and that feels like it bodes very, very poorly for Noxious heading into the rest of this game. It's not going to get any easier.
Oh, this is terrifying. This is absolutely terrifying. Look at this. They have so much confidence right now. Look at it. They're just going in for fights. They don't care about utility. Yeah, no, they don't care. Oh man, this is a slaughter. So fast. Already down to a minute 32 players remaining here for Noxious, and now VulcaN maybe? No. Just kidding.
It should be the rest of the game, and the rest of the round, and Insani just jumping MP9's camera to the face. And I mean, you're not even smoking bottom ramp at that point. You're just taking dry aim duels, expecting to win them, even if there was some kind of SMG on the board, a different force buy on the cards, or something like that. They did not care. And with that being said, Noxious still pull out 5 rifles on the board quickly now into round 3. Trying to look for something to kind of break the streak here.
Yeah, and that's the terrifying part, right? Like we talked about MIBR, like they're, you know, a ferocious team, they're good. They do a lot of big damage, and now if they're feeling this confident, they're like, yeah, we're just going to get the brooms out, make this a sweep if we can. That's terrifying to play against. And already now, I mean, it's a good investment coming in from the T's, but they're not finding anything. In VulcaN, he's getting roasted alive. Like, you're not supposed to run in mollies, bro.
I think MIBR has Noxious has barely even seen any individuals on the MIBR side, but there's 3 men here fighting on ramp. Already in a 5v3 advantage. Henny ripping things away. Biera with a 3rd in the round. And it's just Camera with 17 HP. Plus, this round barely even transpired. And we're already sitting at a 3-0 lead for MIBR. This is just disgusting to start the series out.
Oh, man. And, like, you can even see, I think it was Insani, like, had an MP9, gets a free investment with the AK. Oh, boy. This might be a bumpy ride if you're a fan of Noxious here. But we'll have to see. Well, I mean, again, like, this is the thing. I mean, they've tried to fight for the contention for the A ramp, but they just haven't been able to figure it out, right? I mean, they've just been kind of peeking one by one. They've been overwhelmed with just the silence M4s, just making us sing, good whistles. Now they're going to try things a little bit over on the other side, and it's not any better.
Man, I mean, there's just no room to breathe here for Noxious. They're trying to, like, kind of ease their way into the series, maybe get a pick or 2, sit on it, and maybe default a little bit, but they're not getting anything. MIBR is just setting the tempo so well here and really laying down the law that they are the overdogs in the situation. They're trying to just shut this down. Any sort of confidence trying to be built off of a pick or something, it's immediately traded out. And this is kind of how you want to play as a CT side start, as an overdog in a series like this.
Well, and Ches just brought it up to us too that these last 2 rounds have been, you know, 36 seconds and 35 seconds. So I mean, this one's made its way a little bit longer now. Not much of a meat grinder, but there we go. All right, that'll do. Just under the minute mark, and they'll get the job done. Now, enough money in the bank, they can put some AKs. Do we see an op? We see something of interest? Come on, Noxious, do it. Oh yeah,
there it
they
is.
do it. Oh yes.
The staple player for Noxious, VulcaN on the AWP, trying to look for maybe a bit of a switch up, but I mean, you've got a lot of money to break through now if you're Noxious. These bonus rounds have kind of ballooned the CT economy, 6.5k on Henny. And no AWP for him as of right now, but
pressure on this too, right? He's got that op. He is low. Down to 22. He's got a nice angle though. Is EXIT going to be able to find this though? Does he go for the nice little bit of a swing? It's so... My, that flash! Oh, that flash was just problematic here for VulcaN, but... Oh my god, Noxious does get the shot, now finding two. EXIT, a big task at hand, and there you go. A first round gained after 4 here from MIBR. Noxious respond back with a pretty convincing one.
Yeah, I mean, credit to Camera there to be a little bit more ballsy and try to contact out mid solo. The lurk works itself very, very well. I don't think it's necessarily something that can be replicable, but MIBR will definitely have to have their wits about them, that they can't pour 3 men into the ramp time after time, round after round, because eventually it'll be read into. You can start to see that there's a little bit of homework initially done by Noxious here. You saw the spam on the one-way onto Biera and the pivot back from Camera and mid. So definitely signs that there's preparation done by Noxious, and a little bit of a different look here from MIBR. Biera pushed into close side hall, and he gets a kill through the smoke, aggressing even more. Another kill chimed in by Henny actually on the Fame, and there goes all that pressure, and it's back to the B bomb site. It is something that worked, but they needed that pick from Camera to initially suggest as such. But this time, EXIT and Insani have rerouted themselves here.
Flash is actually available too, but Camera does get that kill. So finally taking down one of the players here from MIBR. Still no disadvantage here for Noxious, but they're going to group up. They're going to try to hit this B site. It is the anchor of Turtle. See if the shell's got a bit of a hard one. And no, it's only 1 kill on the VulcaN. And there we go. Noxious, he's able to find 2. Now he's made a bit of an opening for this. Bomb. Finally making its way. Camera. Okay, you got to get moving, bro. There we go. Just making sure no flanks. Scare tactic.
Okay. Bomb does go down in the 2v2. No retake utility really to speak of. Biera has this single flashbang trying to set up Henny here. Here comes. And Henny's through, drops in quietly, and gets the kill onto Anasi as well. Just Camera up with the AWP. Cannot hit the cross shot on the Biera. And a 5th round on the board. And I mean, it's a pretty well orchestrated round there from MIBR. A different look on the ramp suggests that Noxious gets a little bit uncomfortable. Camera does get the kill into the site, and they do finally flush out Turtle on back quad, but they aren't able to hold on. Beautiful utility placement there from Biera, and we're right back to winning ways for the Brazilians.
Well, and it's all that flash too, and I think that was Henny that actually threw that. That was just over the wall, and I mean, again, just allowed Insani to just get, you know, some good footing, some good ground, and able to find those kills. I mean, that was huge, right? Just a simple flash, but I mean, that's the thing with MIBR, the utility work. Like for Noxious, this is just next level, right?
Yeah, I mean, these are tier 1.5, tier 1 caliber level opponents that you're playing up against. These are players that have scrimmed against some of the best teams in the world, and they've definitely tried to create a deep playbook as such. I'm sure they've garnered a lot of experience after the limited time that they were in Poland. And trying to put that to the test against a lower level ECL team, it's gonna definitely have your ears ringing. Cypress trying to look for something on the B ramp here. Nothing given up upon, nothing gifted for free here. Turtling himself into the site itself. Slowly but surely they encroach upon what seemingly has been Noxious's most level of success. Camro in mid, that's definitely one of them. An opening kill again, but this time pulled back by EXIT.
Yeah, and he's almost able to find that too as well, but he doesn't. EXIT gets another chance of this Turtle. He's posted up in the site. Man, he gets removed. All right, Cypress has another plan in store for it. Fake plant coming in. Henny trying to see what he can do. Waiting things out. Still a bit of utility available here from EXIT. Still has a flash and HE with the smoke. He's pretty far away. And I think these CTs, they're going to give it up. They realize the money, it's not worth it right now. It's a 3-on-4, and they're going to pack their bags and they're gone.
Yeah, maybe get an AWP out for Henny, and then the following round, hold on to these 3 rifles. You're exactly right, the money isn't the greatest. And so far, it's really just this abuse of the B anchor in Turtle, and they try to push on over a couple bits and bobs of resources back in a mid for a quick rotate, but EXIT couldn't get himself involved this time around. Turtle again just either gets 1 kill or nothing. And Noxious find a little bit more success. They found a bit of an opening here. And although it's only netted them two rounds here, most of these rounds that they seemingly have a way into getting a plant down comes off the back of punishing Turtle. So very curious to see how MIBR wants to plug this gap here, because it's certainly something that's going to be exploited in the future if MIBR aren't careful.
That's a good point, and I mean, as well as it's been Camero that's been able to find those opening duels, as well as Noxious, right? Those are the two players that are putting up some big numbers and finding those openings, you know, taking down Turtle like you said. Good double HE going to be thrown onto the corner of the ramp. Doesn't find anybody, but I like the teamwork. Some good comms here from the Noxious side. Maybe it's triple nade. I'm blind. Thank you, Jacob.
Yeah, I believe it was a triple nade stack. And Henny's op rings out true down in mid. That was the big green we were looking for. And now they try to waltz up a Vieira with the trigger discipline, looking for more, but only gets the one on a VulcaN. But it doesn't matter. The trade tries to come in from Fame and a second on the board as well. 2v5 for Noxious to kind of overcome here. Flash through on B ramp. Really thinking Turtle's to get charged up here. Looking for something, and that should get the information that he is on the wood wall. Spam doesn't come out on top for the tees. Trying to flush him out here is Cypress, but nothing. The utility is superior, and the map control even more so.
Now Turtle just looking for a little bit of redemption. Look at this, everybody's here. They're grouped up. Henny might be able to find this. The smoke's still blocking it. His vision's compromised just for a little bit longer. Okay, yep, it's really compromised. Good night, Henny. And now, oh, see, it's just a big old spray, and there we go. MIBR, they get the job done again. They grab themselves a nice 6th round.
Got a little ugly there towards the tail end, a bit of a shooting gallery there, but we do talk about, you know, the tactics and the understanding of how to play Tier 1 CS, but on top of that, these guys are all very, very skilled in their own right. They've lost a lot of firepower over the last few months in Cello and Joda, and they found a way to try to circumnavigate that with players like Vieira and now newly Insani. A weird mishmash on a buy here, but Fame gets the opening.
Yeah, this is great. Now things are getting switched up a little bit here from the Noxious side. They got some different people getting those opening duels. A little bit on the backboards here for MIBR, maybe. Camera. Hoo-wee. Okay, gets a nice little spray. Good damage, and there it is. Fame again. He's able to find himself, I believe that's a double now so far. Exit. Might need to call a friend right now. No bomb plant yet. Still plenty of time here for Noxious to go through with this if they want. It's a tough situation though here though, Paladin.
Yeah, it looks like Exit's trying to plan his exit strategy here rather than kind of trying to fight back in this 2v4. And those shots ringing on definitely suggest as such. The flash pretty much secures it. A third on the board for Noxious this time around. And this time, it finally feels like this is the first T round where Noxious could actually set the tempo. You see, now that they've been given a little bit of respect, they barrel their way down side hall and absolutely explode onto corner there. And now, it starts to feel like Noxious has a little bit more pep in their step. Players like Fame, players like Nasi, starting to get a little bit more activated. Turtle should be able to hold on to this gun. But Nasi with a pretty decent shoulder peek there. All's well though. Turtle does get to hold on to it. Maybe? Yes, he does.
That timing. Oh man, you can just see the head pop up. Oh man. What's that game called, you know, like in an arcade where you like whack-a-mole?
Whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole, yeah, it's like a whack-a-mole. The head popped up really quick. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like you said, I honestly, a good round from Noxious, a pretty convincing one. Now they're only down by 3. I mean, we were talking about this was at one point a 4-0, and they're making work. They're making work here. And Insani going to go for the MP9. A little bit more limited on that utility front here for MIBR. And doesn't even matter. Oh my god, and that's the bomb down too. Insani just puts the MP9 to absolute work.
I mean, the number one thing that the Katowice analysts were raving about is Insani's unbridled aggression, this brazen young nature on this Brazilian squad, and you can just see him one pop through the flash on A ramp. It's such a ballsy call, but he believes in Exit's call and he makes it work. A beautiful double and a pop flash in a mid renders Camero absolutely useless this time around. It's another contact play from Cyprus, and all these aim duels have come up absolutely fruitless for the Noxious boys. It's just Nasi to kind of cause some sort of damage, and they finally had the economy on the rope here, Labs, and it doesn't matter when you've got 5 alive here. I don't even think he can spot Insani's toes, and it's a flawless, sort of a force buy in a way from MIBR, and they get 4 rifle upgrades, and their bank is absolutely singing.
Yeah, oh my gosh. The fact that we still saw Insani go for that push like that, like you said, pretty risky, but I mean, he's the player to do it, right? I mean, he had the lowest weapon, he had the good flashes coming in, and again, this last round we saw where MIBR were just throwing some good counter flashes, and man, they just get so much room. But it is going to be Noxious equipping up again. Cyprus now going to bring things out here for the AWP, see what he can find. And now it's going to be another A ramp, a little bit of contention point, good utility coming in, and he already finds the first opening duel. Camero though, look at this, free real estate just right up mid, up for grabs.
They've gotten that B kill again. They've finally exploited and realized how much resources that they've poured in again after just seeing the lack of a smoke down in bottom A ramp. They're trying to call MIBR's bluff, and it's short-lived though. That's the issue. I mean, look at all these rotations. They're biting down on any sort of contact instantaneously. And they've got the A site this time around. VulcaN's found his way all the way onto the bomb site, gets a plant as well, and gets to actually escape with his life. Cyprus from the sandbags. And we're into this 3v3. Smokes up, but positioning, now it's slowly going into the favor of the Brazilians here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to VulcaN there. It kind of looked like he just kept walking, like he didn't have the reaction there, but smoke's getting thrown out from the CT. He's going to block off the vision here for Cyprus, now making it a little bit more difficult. Out of a tough angle, can hear the player close to the bomb. The fuse is already just going to get tapped, but Cyprus able to find a good kill, so now just Henny by himself. Fake tapping it again. Time is dwindling, but he's able to find this kill. Now he's got to commit to the time, otherwise it's done. There it is. He picks up the duels, but he's not able to pick up this round, and he does survive, but that's a 4th game here for Noxious.
Very, very scrappy round there from Noxious, but at the end of the day, when you get that bomb down, the post plant will be favored into you if you've got control of ramp, if you've got control of sandbags, and don't have to even worry about a flank. You look at all of the kind of resources being poured in from wherever MIBR wants to fight. They're very confident that wherever the contact is coming, that is where they're going to win the fight. And Noxious have finally caught into that kind of idea from MIBR, and they're trying to be a little bit more sneaky with how they want to operate in this T side instead of being a bit more brazen. And for that reason, MIBR has taken the time out of their own. They've realized that this isn't going to be just a walk in the park. It can't just be a heads-up aim duel type of a map. Like, they have to figure out how they want to actually deploy their resources throughout this CT campaign. And I'm very curious to see what they actually want to do this time around, if they're going to kind of scale back in the terms of aggression that they have on ramp, and maybe put a little bit more effort into combating in mid, or maybe down in the bottom of B ramp.
Oh, but Exit comes in fast and furious, but no, it's going to be now Noxious that does one better, but there's Insani. We've been talking all about him all day, and there it is with a triple. Mops up the floor, bringing it now to an advantage situation for them. A little bit more in Turtle. The anchor, he's been able to find some retaliation with 2 more, and there it is. The half is gained, bare minimum here for MIBR.
Only 20 bullets in that magazine, and just absolutely rips Noxious to shreds with a beautiful triple from Insani. I mean, talk about ammo management there. I mean, the round would have just absolutely collapsed. I mean, at that point, Turtle's left on his lonesome again on the B bomb site. They can overwhelm him via numbers, and we're finding a way for Noxious to actually have a competitive half, but that all gets ripped away. There are so many different opportunities here where they've got MIBR in, with a crucial sucker punch, but they can't just finish the blow. Credit to Insani for saving them there. And it's down to an eco, actually a force by a double eco type of situation here for Noxious. And we're talking a potential 10-round haul here for the Brazilians.
Yeah, great opportunity for MIBR to scrap themselves double digits here. Turtle finds one. Turtle finds two. No. It's his teammate just to do everything. Another flawless one. The only person that took damage really was Turtle. Down to 67, and that's it. A little dirt off the shoulder, and now they got themselves a 9-4. And like you said, gonna be seeing another light purchase coming in here from Noxious. I don't even know about you, Paladin, but do we just kind of see them go full W and hope for the best?
Yeah, I think this is very much let's just get the guns out in the final round. Let's try to make it a 10-5 half. Let's try to pull things back on our CT side. Maybe things get easier there. I can guarantee you it won't. Spoiler alert. But that all being said, they finally got some bit of map control in the bottom of B ramp. Try to pressure Turtle a little bit more. But against this lesser weaponry, it should be a little bit easier.
Yeah, there's Turtle now. He's just farming. Turtles don't really farm, but you get what I mean. He's picking up things, and Exit's there to help him out too. All right, well that's the bomb down. Nossi just hanging out, taking out the view of the crane and everything.
Yeah.
Tech issue.
We've got a bit of a tech issue on our hands here.
Uh-oh.
It's better this round than the following.
That is true. Of course. That is a good point.
So
there we go. Time.
We'll wait for him to, wait for him to reconnect here. As we wait for Nossi to reconnect here, we can just take stock of kind of the classy act from MIBR thus far. I mean, we definitely showcased a lot of the aggression from players like Insani, but we also saw a lot of individual prowess from players like Henny, 17 and 3 on the day, Biera down in the bottom of A ramp as well, followed by just a lot of very well played, over aggressive, in your face type of CS that I've been hoping to see from MIBR for quite some time. You know, seasons past they've played very plotting, default heavy, slow CS, and I think with the individuals and caliber of players that they have on their team, they would actually benefit from a style like this where they're a little bit more fast and loose with it, and they don't take these kind of defaults that seriously. And a little bit of a looser style could be the kind of route for MIBR to start to consistently show why they have such fantastic individuals in the docket for them.
It's a good point. And like we said, I mean, for MIBR, like this is, you know, they're the heavy favorites in this situation. So I think for Noxious right now, I mean, it's all about how much, you know, how many rounds they can get, and if they can take a map away, I mean, like we said, that would be the biggest victory in this best of 3, realistically, right? I mean, this is like a David versus Goliath kind of situation if you put it on paper, but we are still waiting things out. It does look like one of the players is still having a few issues, but you know, I don't know for you, Paladin, but is there anything like different we're gonna see here? Like you said, MIBR are playing a little bit more loose. They're not just playing that default structure necessarily. Like, do we kind of just see it again, or do we see maybe a little bit more of that respect play in this last round for the first half?
I mean, we definitely saw that Noxious has a bit of an idea as to how MIBR wants to play ramp and try to push and pull these CTs in such a way that they can get these bomb plants. But that's the issue, right? Trying to disrupt and get into these sites is what has been their main issue. Some of these rounds just end before they even begin in some senses. And I'm trying to just see if Noxious can get stuck into these later, mid to late round situations where they can get the bomb down and play the post plants, because every post plant, or almost every post plant, has been pretty well handled from Noxious. They understand how to play the crossfires, they understand how to play the trade game, and they're very smart with their utility usage, however limited it might be. So I'm looking to just see them try to breach into a bomb site and play the post plant from there.
Oh, dang. Yeah, we're still just waiting things out. I think we're almost there, folks. Appreciate the patience. You know, tech issues happens once in a while, but that's okay. But you know, like we said, again, this is only the first map. Things can, you know, when we talk about even the next map being Overpass, that was the pick here from MIBR. And like you said in the pre-show, that's a map that, I mean, MIBR will pick every day of the week, and we've seen in the news some pretty crazy things on that map too.
Yeah, and a player that you don't want to have his kind of aim trained is Henny, And AWP, I mean, he's made his name on a map like that. Brazil in general have made their name on a map like Overpass, and Henny was a big proponent of that on the old Furia lineups back in the day. So this definitely doesn't bode well for Noxious, having him sit on 17-3, absolutely mind-numbing stat line.
Well, and that's the thing too. And the one thing I thought that was kind of funny about this map too is like Turtle was, I think like 3-3 at one point, and Noxious were, getting some good success at the B site, but then all of a sudden Turtle kind of turned things up in another gear and just started fragging out. So I mean, it's now he's sitting at a 12-4, and yeah, he was thinking, yeah, I'm not the weakest link here, boys. You got to try again, find the other option.
Well, we finally do have Nasi back in the server, and we'll try to see if Noxious can close this half out with the 5th. No AWP, regardless of all this money that MIBR have on the board. Pay no heed to the HUD a little bit. It's just a little bit of a bug. We'll have it fixed up at the end of the half.
Don't worry, it is a 5v5 though. And right now, even for Fame actually doing some good work, just getting a little bit more climbed up here on the sidewalk. Hasn't made any presence. Oh man, that's filthy. Like, look at that duel. And now Henny able to find 2 more. Bullet management, yeah, but Nossi with a nice reply back. Man, oh man. Things are looking a little problematic.
Actually, in a 2v3 situation, keep in mind Nasi and Camro. And a
doing
little
the
bit
same
of a gap here. Another mid-waltz from Camro. He gets 1, but not the second. Leaves us in a 1v2. A very doable 1v2, mind you. He understands where Biera is located. He's fought in ramp numerous rounds. The spam is nearly taking him out. He finally gets the kill. Exit is well aware that he's going to trounce his way up on this A site. It's up to this heads-up aim duel here, Laz.
Nossi waiting things out a little bit longer. He's right on the left, though. He's not going to be able to spot that, maybe. Oh, it's a free one, and there it is, a 10-5. We're going to take a break. We're going to see you for that second half. Don't go anywhere.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Well, that was a pretty quick break for you all, and we're ready to go back into this high impact action second half, and it's already now MIBR making a bit of more of a statement here on this pistol round here, Paladin.
Literally the exact role reversal. MIBR now on the T side winning these ramp fights. Fame trying to pull things back. There's a flash flank from Camero. Exit's aware of this. It's a matter of timing, and it fades quickly. The opportunity to fight back into this pistol. And it's just Nasi, one of the heroes in the round previous, left in a very difficult 1v3. Smoke, or double smoke actually from Exit and Henny. Molly to boot. They can have a mini side exec here onto the A site and get that bomb down. There's really nothing Nasi can do about it. No kit as well, so can't even bother taking these prolonged aim duels as well. Tick heard potentially by Turtle. I don't know if he's close enough, but that should give all the info. Flash as well.
Oh, this looks not fun at all. I'm so glad I'm not Nossi right now. This is a tough one. Look at these Glocks, man. They are just soaring by him, but okay, he's able to find one, but There we go. The high ground of any gets it done. So 11th is gained here for MIBR with the plant. Does put some more money in the pocket. And man, if we're expecting anything what we saw from the first half, I'm expecting Mac 10s and just running it down.
Absolutely. I mean, we'll see a force back from Noxious here, but if that was any indication of what MIBR has in store, it's upping the tempo and understanding what holes you'll have when you do actually aggress as heavy as you do. You can see that timing that exit caught really just did dividends for them. Aggression down to the A ramp, VulcaN ticking, and it's heard. Insani with one. Are they aware of these double side haul aggression here?
Look at that nade! Oh my goodness, that nade is just gross.
Oh my god.
Man. Oh. It just hurts. It hurts if you're Noxious.
Oh, it absolutely does. I mean, you can see the idea there, trying to maybe play the fade, try to overwhelm. But sometimes when you hear that much barrage of firepower behind that smoke, sometimes it's okay to just pull the plug. But they were way too committed in that scenario, and it's left an impossible task for the B players of Nasi and Camero to pull things back in this force buy. We're looking at almost positively secured 12th round here for MIBR. 5 alive as well. And certainly that suggests that a 13th is shortly on the cards as well. And we're looking at a steamroll of a first map here from MIBR here, lads.
Yeah, these Mac 10 kills finding some extra coin in the pocket. And even right now, I mean, for Camero having the MP9 armor to save it, I mean, yeah, that's the best case you can do here. Just don't get hunted down. But man, they got a long road ahead of them, and their money is a bit of a dumpster fire. It's not great. I'll be honest with you here, Paladin.
This is what we came to expect, though. I mean, we talked about it in the pre-show. This is not going to be an easy series by any means for Noxious. I mean, this is a team that is, again, fighting to stay within ECL for a second season in a row. They got through into ECL in general through a last-minute slot during relegation. They weren't supposed to be here in the first place. They actually lost all of their relegation qualification games and had one last BO3 to qualify, and they finally did it. And so now, to go up against these behemoths of MIBR, the going is certainly going to get tough.
This is the better side here for MIBR too, right? I mean, their CT side statistically is their worst, but it's starting to show that they're pretty good on that T side, Paladin, and now CTs are getting drawn back a little bit. Cypress hasn't made the noise cue of this retreat, but is gonna vote away from this one, and now MIBR. Lots of time on the clock, they can do whatever they want. The world is their oyster. Or Vertigo, I'll say anyways.
MIBR certainly love themselves a slow plotting default, and they'll certainly try to reduce the tempo there. Camero shows his hand, gets one, but the molly and the flashes kind of disorient Camero to get another, and Turtle shuts things down with a clean little 2K. Gets themselves a 13th. And we've got guns out for Noxious. And an AWP for Camero. And we've definitely seen a lot of different players use the big green. We had VulcaN on it, Cypress on it, Camero now as well. All with, honestly, not that great success, because with the kind of tempo that MIBR have been setting on both halves thus far, it doesn't feel like any of these scoped guns can get involved.
Yeah, I feel like it hasn't really been that much of a benefit here for Noxious, but I mean, hey, I wouldn't mind being proven wrong here, but MIBR now putting a little bit more pressure on this point here in the B site, and the anchor of Nossi just kind of waiting things out behind Jenny. Let's have a good angle. We'll be able to find that one, but it's only one. So now, MIBR still kind of just waiting things out, like you said. They're taking things a little bit slow and methodical. I'm not even considering maybe possibly two. Turtle's still putting a bit of noise. And Turtle, yeah, all right, that'll do. Oh, I think this bomb, it's gonna go the other way. Look at that distraction. They bid on this 100%.
I mean, you see those double Jenny smokes, and you're suggesting that, hey, they've gotten the site. The plan is inevitable. But Henny's waltzed his way all the way up ramp. And a bit odd there. Both Oppers actually missing this time around. Camero tries to reorient himself. Doesn't find anything. And no retake utility through these smokes leaves Noxious in a very difficult scenario. Beam's trying to look for something, anything that MIBR might be able to provide, but to no avail. They finally pull back, and I think we're chalking up a 14th here.
Yeah, I was thinking they gotta be saving this, right? Like, they gotta be walking away with it. They still have an op in their hands. Take the prize and go.
Gotta call in a question. I mean, individually, Noxious has been outclassed, but if you want to talk about a specific individual, I don't want to be the negative Nancy here, but VulcaN, a staple player of Noxious, 1 in 18 throughout this first map. You really want a player like him to kind of step up. He's been a part of this post-mortem core for so long that you want more from him.
Well, the good news is it is only map 1, so maybe things could be brighter on the other side. I don't know.
Hopefully,
Maybe 2 times better. I don't know. But either way, Camero actually putting that off to work now. Cypress, okay, all right, we like it. A little adventurous, but Turtle,
oh, man.
Oh man, lines 3, makes it 4. Okay, Turtle's on the hunt for the ace. Slow and steady wins the race, I think, indeed. And now Turtle, eager to get this. This timing might be a little bit off, but maybe he can find Nossi. The sound key might give it away, unless he does it swiftly.
Ooh, silent drop as well.
Sick. Oh, they're going opposite ends, though.
After all of that cooping up in the B site and getting abused on that CT half, Turtle finally can stretch his legs a little bit and just hunt with just a beautiful 3K there. Turtle's got all the info. He's just booking it back. He wants that. He wants that ace so badly after just ripping Noxious to shreds. Icing on the cake here for him.
He's got the noise cues running in it, and he gets it! There it is. First ace. MIBR, it's going to be Turtle. He's having a bit of a slow start in the beginning of this, but not anymore. And now we're on map point here for Made in Brazil. And it's 10 rounds needed for overtime. But what do we see different here, Paladin? What do we do for Noxious?
It's tough to really suggest anything. You tried to see a little bit of A-ramp aggression there. Get triple ramp setup. It gets absolutely decimated, even with a couple of one-ways. Nothing is going in their way. No gimmicks are trying to pull the wool over MIBR's eyes. Kills through smoke. Biera dissects ramp yet again. And it's just Fame alone. Flash in his face. And just lead square in his head. Turtle gets the Beeler kill as well. It's only VulcaN. Blink and you miss it. MIBR just steamroll through Vertigo. And we're looking at the first map, and potentially, honestly, with the kind of momentum that's in MIBR's favor here, just a quick second 2-0 here.
Yeah, and what a convincing win, though, right? I mean, a 16-5 MIBR, they look good, they look clean, they don't really show that many, mistakes. I mean, Noxious were able to find some good, capitalization in the beginning, right? Like you said, Camera was able to get himself into that B site a few times. We saw Nossi getting activated early on, but then, man, it was